Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Fitzgerald Hyundai because guess what? We have a 2020 Hyundai Kona. This one is the ultimate trim. So this is a fully loaded Kona. But before we dive into this, let's talk a little bit about Hyundai and their SUVs. So Hyundai's been around since the 1980s selling cars here in the United States. First SUV was the Santa Fe. Eventually, they developed the Tucson. Yes, there was the Veracruz, but they don't make the Veracruz anymore. Then they came out with the Kona. Now they have the Palisade and of course the Venue. The Kona is going to be right above the Venue. Venue, all new for 2020, is the entry-level subcompact. This is also a subcompact SUV as well, a little bit larger and definitely a lot more amenities that could be optioned in and power. The main competitor to this car would be its sister brand, the Kia Seltos. But what the Kona is trying to do is trying to give you a nice sporty driving experience, but with the usability of a subcompact crossover SUV. When it comes to value, I think definitely nobody would argue that you're going to be getting a lot of options, even when you go ultimate, for the price point. One thing is for certain, it's about time that Hyundai redesigns the Kona, but is it really still the car that you need to jump on now? Let's go ahead and check it out. Right off the bat, styling, very unique, especially when they debuted this car just a few years ago, this SUV, a few years ago, back in 2018. You got your LED daytime running lamp and standard turn signal up top. All your other headlight activity takes place in this lower area down here. You have your projector beam style headlight design, nice silver trim, and this really gives it that connection with the Venue and with the Palisade, and of course the way that the Santa Fe is styled today with that split level design and lighting. Now you do have a small fake vent, which I am going to zonk. I don't know why they put these fake vents on vehicles, but you do have a functional side air curtain. Like the flat silver and the flat black, really works well with the ceramic white. Now when we come across the front nose area, you're going to get that flat silver on the grille. If you're wondering, are the grills on Hyundais similar? Yes. This is part of their brand identity, is the shape of this grille, like the silver trim around the perimeter. Another one of those pesky fake vents. Now I get what they're trying to do styling wise, but it would have been cool just to make this a little functional. Drop down, you do have functional air intakes on the lower portion underneath the grille, the flat silver, and then you also have your fog lamps, which look really great as well. Now when we get up onto the hood, some unique design. Bodyline starts with the fake vent and then it kind of curves and goes towards the A-pillar on each side. This design really helps it stand out. Remember, Mazda came out with the new CX-30. That would be a competitor against this, and design-wise, very unique styling on this Kona. Now when we come around the bend, it does get a little thick on the side molding here, but I do like the way they took it from the front fascia, just kind of shortcut it right into the fender. We drop down, what are we working with? Wheel and tire. This is an 18-inch wheel, machined aluminum, dark metallic gray, 235 on the width, 45 series sidewall. But one thing I do like is the way it gets super thin as we work our way towards the back of the fender. Now, as we work our way down, color match mirror caps. You have some lighting on the tips there for your turn signals. Very, very low. I mean, if you're gonna use this to haul your kayaks or maybe your mountain bikes, easy to get to. You put the crossbars because you have very low roof rails, standard size sunroof on the ultimate trim, color matched door handles, and then on the lower sill, nice design, some designs, not just a curve. They put some design element. The flat silver looks good. Keep working our way back. Small little quarter window. You can see how you have that floating roof design that Nissan started many years ago. So on this rear pillar, you have this divider that gives it that separation. And then when we get to the tail end of the business, I love the tail lights on here. Very slim, very trim, LED brake lights. You have your other lighting in the lower corners. A little bit of chrome trim, the Kona badge, 1.6T, means that this has the 1.6 liter turbocharged inline four. Flat silver, and you know what? No fake exhaust, no little dinky exhaust. Everything's tucked up out of the way. I like the clean look at the back end of the Kona. Why don't we go ahead, pop the hood, and see what's powering it. All right, guys, underneath the hood, you do have that 1.6 liter turbocharged engine. It is mated to a 7-speed DCT. No CVT on this particular Kona. You're looking at 175 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque. MPGs, you're gonna get a great return. You're looking at 28 in the city, 32 on the highway. What's really wonderful is that having that 7-speed DCT is gonna give you some nice flexibility to how this particular Kona drives. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the interior and see what big things this small subcompact SUV brings. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 Kona. This is the ultimate trim. Pretty much has all the bells and whistles. I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, if it has all the bells and whistles, how much is it? This has an MSRP right at $29,300. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, the door panel has a lot of dark material. The good news is that's gonna allow you to keep it clean easier. Hard material across the top of the door panel that I am gonna zonk, but it does get soft in the middle and on the armrest. Some nice flat silver gray color. And then you have a smaller pocket. You could put a couple Taco Bell tacos down there and an IBC root beer. And this has the optional Infinity sound system. Hard material on the dash. This is soft in the center. That's the good news. Nice round AC vents on the corners. I like the way they brought the AC vents and integrated it nicely into the center stack here. This is your 8-inch infotainment system, navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Real easy to get through. Nice swiping features, which makes life a lot easier. You can get your driving info. Nice clear graphics and fonts. We work our way down. You have your start-stop button, standard AC controls, no dual climate, which I am going to zonk it at this price point. You have some switch work here, and then down below you're going to get wireless charging, a 12-volt, and 2 USBs and an aux jack. So that's really nice how they have you connected down there in that little cubby area. This is going to control that 7-speed DCT. Let me put in reverse and show you the backup camera. You do get trajectory, which is really nice, so that you don't bump into anything. Heated seats, no ventilated seats. Here is your Hyundai key fob. It's got the condom on it, so I'm not gonna take that off because it's for your protection and mine. There's the buttons on the back. It's got a nice weight to it. 2 cup holders, good old-fashioned e-brake. None of it's covered in leather. So ultimate trim, I thought that would be leather for sure. Rubbermaid armrest, lift it up. You could put about 8 Twinkies. If you stack them up, you could put about 8 Twinkies in there. Seats are nice though. Soft material, the stitch work is great. Perforated center, manual controls for the passenger. Driver gets electric controls, and you get a sunroof, which is really nice to let those rays in on those nice bright days. But why don't you come over the business end? I'll show you behind the wheel of this 2020 Kona. All right, guys, business time, behind the wheel. Of course, you're gonna get your plethora of all the safety features. This also has a head-up display, which is nice. You have your seat controls, easy to use, that lower lumbar. Steering wheel has a great thickness. Horn button is classy looking. That flat silver is tasteful. Flat black on the buttons, thumb control, no paddles to worry about. And then the dash has a clean setup. You got that 4.2-inch digital display in there. You could toggle through different information real easily. Analog tach, speedometer, coolant gauge, and fuel gauge. So everything is very easily laid out. I got plenty of headroom in here, even with the sunroof. But why don't we check out the back seat and see how your passengers are gonna like this Kona. All right, guys, back seat time. Now the opening is a little small to get in, but once you get in, I got plenty of headroom in here, which is really, really nice. Backs of the seats have that plastic, and if you're a parent, that's good, because I know your kids are gonna kick this, pick their nose, wipe it all over. There are peanut butter and jelly fingerprints all over the place, so that's gonna be easy to keep clean. I hate these cargo nets. It's nice that they have 2 though, but don't put anything in them. Don't even put a Twinkie in there. It's gonna get squished all over the place. No rear AC. That to me is a zonk. Where's my connectivity? $29,000. I want a 12-volt. I want a USB. I want 2 cans and a string. Honestly, maybe 3. Make it 3 cans. Flip that down. It's a soft armrest. 2 cup holders. Flip it back. Seats feel good. Let's check out the cargo area and see how much room you have in this Kona. All right, guys, time to check out what type of cargo we get. We lift it up. There's our space. It's around 23 cubic feet of space. The seats are, of course, going to do the 60-40 split, which is real simple, just like that. And then I'm going to come over to this side. We'll flip it down for you so you get all the action here on Rady's Rides. Boom. Now you have that nice extra usable space. One thing I'm missing, this is supposed to be ultimate, no 12-volt. What happens if I'm at the beach and my kids have 12 inflatable devices that they want, rafts and stuff. You're gonna have to use your lungs. You can't put any type of electric air pump because there's no 12 volt back here. Well, why don't we go ahead, let's skip the beach. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take this for a spin. All right, guys, we're in the 2020 Hyundai Kona. This is the ultimate trim, like I said. Right away, leaving Fitzgerald Hyundai, I love the visibility out the windshield. The 8 pillars are very, very slim. And don't be worried about this iPad style infotainment screen. I think the way they integrated it is very, very nicely done. The only thing I would like to see is maybe a little bit of color in here. It's kind of one note, and it's all dark black plastic. But, you know, I'm sure on the next redesign, I'm hoping that they'll bring some different color. But this infotainment system is easy to use. You got all the great features, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation and whatnot. And I think probably my favorite part about this Kona is no CVT. You have a 7-speed DCT with a turbocharged 1.6 liter. On throttle, drops down, and you know what? It gives you some nice oomph. 0 to 60 is about 6 seconds, which for a vehicle this size is actually not too shabby. You look at some of the competition, like the CX-30 from Mazda, you're looking at 0 to 60 in about almost 9 seconds. So I know you're not gonna drag race your Kona, but it's just nice to get out of your own way sometimes. Good feedback coming to the wheel. I'm gonna go ahead and put it into sport mode. You have 2 modes, normal and sport. Keep it simple, don't need to complicate everything. Good feedback coming to the wheel. Gauges, they're backlit LED, they're easy to read. Back on throttle. I'm telling you, it builds up steam actually fairly quickly. Not buzzy at all, super smooth. Seats are great. I think the seats and the steering wheel are probably my 2 favorite things in this Kona. It's nice to have the sunroof as well. And then you got the full flexibility of being able to lay down those passenger seats and really take advantage of all that space for whatever your hauling needs are. Mirrors, side mirrors are great. And like I said, if it's been a while since you've been in a Hyundai product, you really need to get down to Fitzgerald because they've done some great work with their products and really bring a value and that wonderful warranty. I mean, 5 years bumper to bumper, 10 years on the powertrain, they got you covered. There is a bit of wind noise, but nothing too crazy. Still super smooth. I like the weight of the steering and the feedback that I'm getting is really good for a subcompact SUV like this. But hopefully this gave you a nice overall feel of what the Kona is all about. We're gonna get back to Fitzgerald Hyundai and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another wonderful day here at Fitzgerald Hyundai. Definitely got to thank Rob and Dave and the rest of the crew getting us access to this 2020 Kona. Does it bring the best when it comes to small, but a lot of big versatility? I'm gonna say it's one of the best. I'm not too sure if it is the best. There is some tough competition in this segment, but definitely a lot of value for your money over here with the Kona. If it's vehicles like these that you want to keep seeing on the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radies Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Radies Rise merch. Got to get it to Big Guns McGee. He's all sweaty and wet, so any ladies out there, put that image into your head. Plus, he's the tripod, so get that image in your head there as well. I'm sure his girlfriend is loving that right now. But thank you, Tom, for your hard work. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.